it's Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make my spinach and provolone frittata. Now, again, just like with any other frittata, I always contemplate showing this recipe, but I thought since my last frittata that I posted a while back, which was my zucchini frittata, was just so well received, I thought, you know what? I'm going to just show you this recipe because maybe it can inspire you to use up your leftover veggies or anything you pretty much have on hand before you go food shopping, you know, when you clean out your fridge, all the bits and pieces of things. So before we get started, let's go over the ingredients. You're going to need some fresh baby spinach that I've just washed, some eggs, some shredded provolone cheese, some Parmigiano Reggiano, a little bit of garlic, some milk, salt, pepper, and olive oil. Now, again, this is a super simple and quick recipe, so let's get to it. The first thing you want to do is get about a 10-inch saute pan or skillet over medium heat. And to that, I'm going to add in a little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon, and my garlic. Because what I'm going to do is pretty much saute my spinach and give it lots and lots of flavor so that when the whole thing is put together, it's just booming with flavor, even though we're using just such few ingredients. So what I'm going to do is cook my garlic for about a minute or until it becomes really fragrant and lightly golden. My garlic is looking good. So now I'm going to turn the heat down to low. I'm going to add in a bunch of spinach. And why I'm turning it down to low is because there's so much spinach, I want it to wilt down. So what I'm going to do is just put it in there, put it down to low, cover it for about a minute or so or until the spinach wilts. Now while that's happening, I'm going to make my egg mixture. I'm going to put in my eggs in this big bowl that I had my spinach in, some milk, salt and pepper, of course. You don't want to go too crazy with the salt because you do have the salty Parmigiano and the provolone, so just a little bit will do you fine. And then grate in a good amount of Parmigiano Reggiano, about a half a cup. That's looking good. And I'm just going to whisk this together until it's all combined. I'm going to add in my shredded provolone. I'm going to add most of it, not all of it, about half, because I want to sprinkle the remaining on the top before we put it under the broiler. That's looking good. Let's move over to the spinach and see how it's doing. Awesome. It's starting to cook down. That's perfect. Now I don't want to cook it down completely. I want a little bit of texture. So that's looking perfect for me. What I'm going to do is season it slightly with salt and pepper. Crank the heat back up to medium. I'm going to add in my eggs. So here we go. This is a quick recipe. So it's perfect for on the go, busy people. Here we go. Pour in my egg mixture. That's looking great. Now remember, just like with any other frittata that we've made here on Laura in the Kitchen, you just want to pull in the sides. I gotta crank the heat back up. Pull in the sides when the first layer's pretty much set. And you do that for a minute. That's looking good. All I did was I turned the heat down to like medium low. And I'm gonna let that cook for about 5 to 7 minutes or until most of the frittata is set, and then I'll show you the next step. My frittata's been cooking for about 7 minutes and it's just about set all the way through. Now at this point you want to preheat your broiler because we're going to pop this baby right under just to finish the top. But before I do that, I'm going to just sprinkle some Parmigiano Reggiano over it and the remaining of the provolone. So delicious, so cheesy and full of flavor. So just scatter that evenly over the top. Just about 1/4 cup left, so that's going to do me just perfectly, and I'm going to put this under the broiler just until the top is golden brown and the frittata has pretty much set all the way. My frittata was under the broiler for just about 2 minutes. Look at that. That is, in my eyes, that is perfection. I just cannot wait to show you what it looks like once we cut into it. Look at the top. It's so delicious and cheesy and bubbly. Oh, it's perfect. Look at that. Oh, jam-packed with flavor with that spinach. Very excited. But of course it's going to be super hot, so I'm going to have to wait a second. It is so hot. Oh, it's steam. You will not believe the difference it makes just taking that extra 2 minutes to saute the spinach and the garlic. It gives it so much flavor, it's unbelievable. And it was literally just a few ingredients that I had left over in my fridge. It's Sunday, you know me, I like to go food shopping on Sunday afternoons. So before I do that, make myself a little brunch with whatever I have left over, and it's usually a frittata. And this is just a perfect way to kind of start my week. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. Please go to www.laurinthekitchen.com and give this recipe a try because I guarantee it, you're going to love it. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.